Welcome all to the Stock Talk Podcast. It's been so long, I absolutely miss y'all. But I'm your host, Josh Bocher, and joining me today is my esteemed co-host, Niko.
Kritikos.
Niko, how you doing, my guy?
Fantastic. Great day today. I'm very excited to have Seb on the show.
Can you please look at the right camera?
And
No, not that camera.
And I'm looking forward to talking to Seb, getting to know his ideas and his opinions on the stock market.
So, yes, we have a new guest. I feel like we have a new guest every single show, but our guest today is Seb Luna. Oh, my God, I'm about to lose my breath, but yes, Seb Luna. Seb, let the people know how you doing.
What's going on, everyone? My name's Sebastian Luna. I'm a student at PNW, and I'm just happy to be here.
Oh, my God, I love your energy already. He loves to be here. This is one of the greatest podcasts ever. Am I right, Niko?
That's right.
Exactly. So let's start getting into this. So, Seb, the first question I'm going to ask you is, how exactly did you get into the stock market?
So I got into the stock market at the peak of COVID, and I kind of feel like that's when everyone kind of did when the first lockdown started happened in March of 2020. I just started a Robinhood account because my brother was investing, and he sent me a link. He said we'd get a free stock, and that's kind of how I started. I didn't really do much due diligence when I first started, so I lost a few bucks for like the first week. But then after that, everything went green. I feel like it was impossible to lose money at that point.
Right.
Anything you put money into was printing money, so I felt very smart. But as everything kind of went continued forward, you started seeing some red days, and that's when you kind of start self-investing and teaching yourself some more.
Okay, first I want to know, as you being an early investor just like myself, what was one big mistake that you had just so far?
Oh, my biggest mistake, I got in on this company, Solo Electrocanica Vehicles, ticker SOLO. I bought 206 shares at $1.14, and I doubled my money, so I guess you can't say that's a big mistake. Doubled my money, sold at around $2.30, something like that. But about a month afterwards, it hit $10, so I could have like 10x my money.
You didn't sell.
No, I did sell.
Okay.
I sold too soon. That was my issue. But I doubled my money, so I guess I can't complain about that, but that's a lot of missed profit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I had the same mistake a lot of times, just selling too early and you miss out on all those gains.
Oh yeah, and I have a few stories as well, but I'm going to keep that to myself. Okay. So.
And real quick, I wanted to ask him, when you first started investing, how much money did you start off with?
So just to start out, I threw in $500.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I had a little savings account. Like I was like, all right, I'm just going to throw in a small percentage of it because everyone's got to start somewhere, I guess.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to throw in money that I was okay with losing, considering I didn't know what I was doing yet.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where I started.
And do you know like how many stocks you split it up between?
So I actually split it up in between 5. My first stock I ever bought was Royal Caribbean.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, which is I made a little bit of money on that. I think I threw $100 in. I made like 50.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's good.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. That was
during the pandemic, right? So when it was like a little bit lower. Okay.
Yeah, that's when everything like completely tanked.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, because if you got started in March of 2020, all your stuff went up after that. So that was
no matter what you bought into,
right?
You're printing money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was great.
But yeah, splitting that up into 5 stocks, that's a pretty good balance there.
Yeah, I had 500. I said, all right, I'm just putting $100 into each. I know I bought in a Royal Caribbean. I bought into the S&P 500, and I don't really remember the other 3.
Okay.
So are you in like any type of like mutual funds or anything like that?
So because I am back in school and I'm working full time now, I have a lot less time to actually do my due diligence on specific companies.
Oh my God, you're like living my entire life right now. I have no time at all.
So because I have no time, I kind of just put most of my money into the S&P 500 and this one that I like a lot, QQQ and QUAL. Basically, they're just index funds or mutual funds because I know that they track good companies and they offer a dividend. They historically just they're really good, and I don't have to do a lot of time.
Do you know what is the QQQ track?
So I know the QQQ. I'm pretty positive it tracks the country's top 500 companies.
Okay, so like S&P 500, pretty much.
Yeah, it's basically the same thing.
Okay, because you know what's funny? I just bought a couple months ago SQQQ, which means shorting the QQQ thing. So it's like it's an inverse of what he bought.
So we're against each other, is what you're saying?
Yes,
Ooh.
because when it's I think it might be large cap stocks. It's like the 500 biggest companies. When those go down, my SQQQ will go up. just because I am kind of expecting a little bit of a correction in the market. So just, it's a hedge.
Especially with the way everything's going with like COVID, everyone's kind of saying that we're facing another potential lockdown.
Yeah.
And if that happens, of course, you should see a big correction in the market.
Yeah.
Do you think we will at all see another lockdown or anything?
I'm going to say no. Not like what we had.
Yeah, definitely not like what we had, considering we have the vaccine and considering how people would react.
Right. We're just starting to recover.
Yeah. Especially with businesses having taken the hits that they did, like small businesses, especially here around Hammond.
Yeah.
You see a lot of bars shutting down. You see a lot of vacant commercial real estate properties.
Yeah.
So
we talked about that in one of our first episodes. I think the statistic was over 100,000 small businesses got shut down in 2020. That's a lot.
And it's really sad to see. I mean,
all those families.
They put their lives and devote their lives into it, and then they lose everything because of everything that happened. And I mean, there's nothing you can do about it, but
right. Yep.
And a lot of places are like even just like shutting down for like a month or two. 'Cause I saw the BMW in Cherville. They had to close down because of the lack of workers too.
Yeah,
so.
there's a lot of places doing that. I went to in Highland where it's like Potbelly's, Qdoba, all those. You couldn't go inside any of them. They only had pickup or DoorDash because they didn't have enough people working.
Yeah, and that I think was that Wingstop. They had to close for like a week or so.
Yep.
Because like the workers like walked out or whatever. So that's interesting. But like the pandemic thing, is there like some type of news, Niko, you were saying about maybe like another stimulus package?
Right. Yeah. Today I did see news that more stimulus checks should be coming this month.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
that'd be great.
That'd be nice. You know what I would do? You know what I'll seriously do?
What would you spend it on?
Yeah, let's hear
Sports betting. Sports
betting?
Immediately.
I would buy more stocks.
I think I'd probably – well, first of all, for school, I'm probably buying another book that I've been kind of procrastinating buying. And then I'm splitting the rest of it into my FanDuel account and, my Robinhood account.
Yeah, so while we're actually on the topic, let's just talk more about sports betting. So this past Thursday, actually, NFL kickoff just started. 2 weeks ago, college football is back. So you see that sports betting is now on a kick. I'm starting to see more commercials as well. I believe one state, I'm trying to remember what state, it might be Missouri or Mississippi, they actually allow sports betting now. So you were just saying that you are a sports bettor. So how you feel that industry is going up now?
So I will say I am a sports bettor, but I won't call myself a good one. Sports betting is really hard. It's something that I kind of just got into. But one thing that I do like about it is I have a stake in DraftKings. And as you see with the NFL coming back and college football coming back, you get all these advertisements on TV and people start sending each other their referral codes. And you could see DraftKings even, they're up 15.73% in the past month.
Yeah.
So I think that tracking, I know there's another mutual fund, Betz, BETZ is the ticker.
Okay.
I don't know what I can pull that up right now actually, but that kind of tracks sports betting. And we could see in the past month they're up 7%. So I think with everything coming back, everyone is kind of starting to get into sports betting. And I think this industry just has nothing but room to grow considering it's only legal in a finite amount of states.
It says 25 states and Washington, D.C. And it says Arizona just became the new one, too.
Oh, is that Arizona? Okay, yeah. So it's like 6 altogether?
6.
You said 5 in Arizona?
No, 25 states
allow
it.
That's not bad. So
it's half.
So there's such a big market that is still untapped.
Right. It could double almost. Then,
exactly. Yeah. So that's why I'm big on DraftKings. I use FanDuel, but I'm big on DraftKings. I think that they're the industry leader. You see the most advertisements for them. They're a direct partner of the NFL. So.
And I started seeing ads for one of my stocks, Wynn Resorts. They started doing Wynn Bet too.
Oh, really?
I've never tried using them. Have you guys tried using?
I actually never heard of it before.
I've never used them, but I have heard of them. I've seen their advertisements and stuff too.
Yeah, so it looks like sports betting is the move. Actually, a lot of even when sports, when we look at TV advertisement, a lot of companies are even advertising their stuff. One company in particular, it's actually a football stadium, which is absolutely beautiful. SoFi Stadium, the LA Rams Stadium. That's actually become a more popular stock as well. It's actually boomed right after the Sunday night game.
Did they like recently change the name to SoFi?
Was it SoFi last year? Because I don't remember. But this is like the first time that fans are allowed back in the stadiums now. So there's like 70,000 people there. And the Sunday night football was just showing all the beautiful shots. It's an amazing stadium. So that's probably why it's a little hype now. So that's why SoFi is so big.
Yeah.
Because of the name of it. So.
Right, because SoFi hasn't been around that long. I think they're still a pretty new company.
Yeah, so it's actually a thing kind of like, I don't want to bring up Tesla again, but just like Tesla, like the word of mouth, advertising means a lot. So
yeah,
Absolutely.
you're right. After that game, SoFi did go up. It's been going up the past week. So
what exactly is SoFi? Do you even know what it is?
SoFi is a fintech app. It's like it pretty much they're trying to replace like banking and investing and all that. So it can give you loans, you can buy stocks with it, it's like Cash App kind of. It's like that.
So I wonder how like other like traditional bankings like Chase,
Mm-hmm.
what's another one, are gonna
Chase
be going down with.
Wells Fargo.
Yeah, so
Stuff like that. Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen to those. I don't know if these apps like Robinhood and SoFi are going to kind of not put them out of business, but hurt them. So, yeah, that'll be interesting to see what happens.
Because I do know with what is it, Cash App, you're able to buy Bitcoin now.
Yeah, I was just gonna say
Yeah,
that.
you
Like,
can buy Bitcoin through them. You could start. I'm sure they're going to start getting into actual stocks through that too.
true.
Mm-hmm.
So I think you're going to be able to see that through a lot
Wait,
of
with
these.
Cash App?
Yeah.
Yes,
I think you can buy stocks on there.
Really?
I'm pretty sure.
I only knew of crypto. I had no idea you could buy.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think you can.
I'll check that real quick.
Mm-hmm. And PayPal started doing it too. You can buy crypto with PayPal. So
It just says buy Bitcoin instantly.
I'm pretty sure you can. If you search stocks, I'm pretty sure you can get them on there too.
Oh, you brought up Wynn Resorts, right?
Wynn Resorts, yeah.
Let's talk about it dropping.
So okay, Wynn Resorts. It when I think I want to say when the vaccine came out, but when things were looking to open back up, Wynn Resorts hit $135 a share. Okay.
Okay.
Then the stock kept dropping, and I bought in around 110. And today the stock is $85 a share. So it dropped a lot. So I bought some more shares today, and I think the reason it's dropping this week is because of Chinese regulation. I guess their location in Macau, China, China's looking to be stricter with the regulations on casinos. So I feel like they're being too dramatic with it, but
Okay, so China's just regulating everything. Because I know one past episode we were talking about education.
Oh yeah, that was a really bad one. But even my Alibaba and my Baozun stocks, those are being killed right now. And Alibaba's like the biggest company in China. So
Seb, do you own any Chinese stocks at all?
So I actually don't own any Chinese stocks. I did see though, wasn't a reason that Alibaba was kind of getting hit hard. Was it their CEO who
he like went missing, or he said something.
Yeah,
something very controversial.
Yes, and then he like wasn't seen for a couple months.
Wait, he went missing?
That's what the headline was. He went missing, but
That's
I think
so funny.
I forgot what happened. But he came back, and then
Did he come back looking different?
I don't know.
Like with blonde hair?
No,
His eyes a little bit different?
They're still I think they're still going through the regulation process. They're still trying to decide what they're going to do with that, because they don't want, the problem over there in China is the big tech like Alibaba and Tencent, they pretty much are getting too much power now, and the government doesn't want them having more power than the government. So that's why they're trying to limit how big they get. But that's why I don't want to buy any Chinese stocks again after this.
I've actually never gotten into the market of getting in like international stocks. I only buy U.S.
Yeah,
because that's what I know, and that's it's easier for me to research.
Yeah, it's safer. The way they do things in China is not always the most reliable. You can't always trust what they're putting out there, and they're just, I don't know, they're sneakier. They lie about the numbers more often. Stuff like this with the regulation makes me not want to be involved.
But so say if like Alibaba dropped to, I don't know, like 60,
It's
70.
it's 160.
Okay, say it dropped down maybe to like 120 or something.
Yeah.
Do you recommend someone buying it in at all?
Okay, Alibaba was over $300 a share a year ago. So it's down as much as it shouldn't be this low in the first place. It should not be $150 a share. So, yes, I mean, if you buy an Alibaba now, it's probably going to be like $250 or something. You'll probably almost double your money over the course of the next year or two, but still I would not recommend it. No.
Yeah, one thing that I always say is if you're not going to be around, whatever, like you're saying that they're heavily affected by Chinese government.
Yeah.
Clearly, we don't live in China, so we're not going to be keeping up with the updates of the Chinese government.
Right.
Because it doesn't directly affect us.
Yeah.
Unless you're invested into it.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I would never really get in international stocks because that's not what I'm around.
Yeah, and there's one more thing. When you own Chinese stocks, you do not own the actual shares. There's some weird thing when it goes through. I forgot exactly how it works, but you're not owning the actual share. You're like you're getting it through like a third party or something.
You own the rights to those shares.
Yes, it's not the same thing. You don't have the same rights as an American stock, so it's different.
That sounds weird.
It's weird. It's very weird.
It's kind of backwards.
Very sketchy.
Yeah,
very sketchy.
Well, as we move on, Niko, like we were saying, it's been so long. I kind of almost got out of the flow of things. Well, what's some stocks that you're looking into? Oh, and while we are saying some stocks to buy, remember, y'all, please remember, we are not stock advisors.
Yeah.
We don't know what we're saying. We just are spitting the shit.
I'm not a financial advisor. Okay, so you got to do your own research and make sure you know what you're doing. But I will tell you what I've been doing, and
he's gonna say, listen to me more than him. So.
Yeah, Josh's picks have not been too bad. I've made a decent amount of money from things he's told me. So that's been cool. But a couple of days ago, I made a video on my channel, Stock Talk with Niko Kritikos, and my 3 picks were Analog Devices, which is a semiconductor chip maker, Boston Beer Company, which makes like Trulies, they make Sam Adams, they make Twisted Teas, and then Scott's Miracle-Gro. And
wait, Scott's Miracle-Gro, is that the hair thing?
No, it's for like fertilizer and lawn care stuff.
I'm so off.
They make weed killers, stuff like that. And the story with that one is really just because the stock is down so much. I think it was $250 a share last year, and then now it's $145. And they're like the number one player in that market. They pretty much they're number one in as far as lawn care and fertilizer stuff. So I bought that one. The PE ratio is like a 15, so it's trading super cheap, and they pay a dividend. So I bought that. I bought Boston Beer Company was $1,300 a share a year ago. Today it's a little over $500, and they're coming out with lots of new products next year. So I'm excited for that.
By like new products, you mean by like new type of beer companies, or
I will tell you. The first one is a cannabis drink coming out in Canada.
Pause. You mean like cannabis, like weed type of influence with your alcohol?
I don't think it's gonna have alcohol. I don't think so. I think it's just cannabis.
And the CBD market in general is just a really big thing to get into right now.
Yeah.
So that's a big market that they can explore. Especially considering, like you said, they're into Trulies, and that's an insanely fast-growing company right now.
Yeah. Their brands are Truly, Twisted Tea, Angry Orchard, and Sam Adams. Those are their big ones. And then they own like breweries and stuff throughout the country. But so their cannabis drinks coming out next year, as well as they partnered with Pepsi to make a hard Mountain Dew. That I think is also going to be a big seller too.
That's very American.
Yeah.
Yeah, people love Mountain Dew for some reason.
I know.
It's a horrible pop, but yeah.
Yeah, it could never be me.
Just keep going. And
what
was the other one you say?
Then the other one was Analog Devices, and they make semiconductor chips for like I want to say I think they have something crazy like 800 customers or something big where their customer base is really spread out. So they make semiconductors for like 5G, they make it for electric vehicles and medical devices. They have a very like diverse customer base. So that one is really just there's a chip shortage now, so there's lots of demand for chips.
Yeah, I was going to ask, how are they now with the chip shortage and all that?
Yeah, so I mean, it's a weird thing because it is, in one way, it's hurting the company because they're not being able to realize all that potential revenue. But at the same time, it's also good to have high demand for your product because you know that you can charge a lot of money, and when you do have the supply, it's all going to sell. So there's two different ways to look at it. But I mean, that one, I think that one pays a dividend too, and there's a lot going for it. They're expected to grow 30% this year and 40% next year. And I think the PE ratio is like the forward PE is like a 28. So it's kind of cheap if you look at it that way. So those are my 3 picks.
So, and now I just want to talk more about the chip shortage because unfortunately it looked like the chip shortage for the next year or so might not still even go up. It's still going to be going bad. So I just want to know.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so. It's kind of news.
I'm hoping it gets solved in sometime in 2022.
And I know a big player in that market's NVIDIA.
Yeah.
But that's a company whose stock is succeeding like substantially. In the past 3 months, they're up 25%, which is nuts. And they're a huge player. And I know they just released the new chip.
Yeah.
It's like a big gaming chip that's
like a GTX something.
Oh yeah.
Forgot what it's called. But but the other thing with NVIDIA is they're not just chips. They're also doing stuff with what's it called? The metaverse. So they got a lot going on.
Wait, like the multiverse?
Yes,
Marvel.
they make software for that. They're working with Roblox to make it where your games can. I don't know what they're doing. It hasn't come out yet, but it's pretty much going to be like Ready Player One. Have you seen that movie?
Of course, beautiful movie.
It's going to be like that.
Great 7 out of 10 movie. 7.5.
I thought it was good.
That's
High
a
praise.
I give it like an 8.
High praise.
That's like a B rating. Actually,
It was good.
I liked it.
It was good.
You went higher than me on it. And talking about
No, I thought it was good.
okay then. But let's just say while we're here at video games, let's talk more about Activision too. So
Okay.
Activision, y'all don't know, huge game coming. They make Call of Duty games. What else?
Call of Duty, World of Warcraft,
I haven't
Candy
heard that
Crush.
game in
I
so
think.
long.
I know. That's one of their biggest games though. Is World of Warcraft.
That's true. But how's Activision stock going right now?
I want to say Activision was over 100 a couple months ago,
Activision a couple of months ago was over $100,
and today.
but today it's trading at $78.50.
And then check the low a year ago.
I will say a month ago, they did have some sort of controversy, especially
Did
with Call
they?
of Duty. With let's say, how can I explain this? With like a woman worker. And
Oh, there was like a sexual assault thing.
kind of at
Yeah.
like a workplace
Right.
vacation type of thing. So
But that doesn't have anything to do with the business. That doesn't mean people aren't playing Call of Duty.
I feel like the numbers have dropped. Well, I think the
Have
numbers of all over across the games have dropped. With it being
Mhm.
like a shortage, like the chip shortage with PlayStations, Xboxes. So
Mhm.
I think just games overall, less people are playing. So
You think so?
And it looks like in
I
the
think
last
so.
2 quarters it did beat their earnings both times.
I don't think the gaming thing is decreasing. I think gaming is still
I
going to be
think so.
popular.
Yeah, I think gaming's still an increasing industry. Like
Yeah.
people are especially like right now considering all the Twitch streamers that are getting famous and becoming like millionaires doing it. Like
Yeah.
kids see that and they want to get more into that. Like you see nowadays people want to be influencers, they want to be Twitch streamers, they want
Right.
to get into these video games. So I think it's an ever growing industry.
Yeah. That's the other reason I own Corsair, because Corsair Gaming, they make the what's it called? The mouses, the keyboards. They have Elgato that makes all the streaming equipment. So
when I say like gaming has stopped, I'm talking more about games.
like Call of Duty.
I'm talking about like those it's like a huge shutdown of games not
Okay.
coming out. Like Call of Duty, like it's probably one every year, but besides that, what's else been dropping?
I don't know. You
It's
tell
kind of
me.
like been a slow, steady fall for games this past year, and it
Mhm.
makes sense because people have to work from home now with
Yeah.
COVID-19, so it makes it even harder now.
But that should kind of drive companies to want to produce these games more, shouldn't it? If people are working from home.
If they're at home more,
If
yeah.
they're at home more, their kids are
Right.
at home more, they're going to want to be playing video games. I mean,
but
the first lockdown, if you weren't like staying up till 4 a.m. every night playing Call of Duty, you're lying to yourself.
Yeah.
that's true. But I'm just saying, like with a chip shortage for the PlayStations and the Xbox, how are people going to be playing these games?
That is also true. That's a good point. But what happens when this chip shortage gets fixed within, a year from now?
I don't think it's going to be a year. I think it's probably more
You
like
think it's going to be longer
2023.
than that?
I think so.
I don't know about all. I mean, I don't know. I'm
That's-
not an expert in that at all.
I know, neither am
But-
I. But I feel like, I don't know. That's a long time. It's
Yeah.
hurting so many industries right now. I don't know about that.
This article from IGN says the chip shortage affecting gaming will remain very tight until at least next September.
Next September?
Jeez,
Okay, then maybe you're right.
that's pretty tough.
But
And around that time is where most of the big games come out. So you still got to give people time to even buy the
Yeah.
PlayStations, Xboxes, and also
Well,
time for people to develop the game.
you
So
might be right.
I'm thinking 2023, 2024,
right.
we should be back by now.
I think an interesting drawback of this whole chip shortage too is how it's affecting the used car market.
That is
Mhm.
true. Prices
Yeah,
have risen.
Yes.
Because nobody's buying new cars anymore because they're not able to produce them like they were.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So used cars, I mean, people are buying them for, I mean, like 25-30% over market,
Mm-hmm.
which is nuts.
Mm-hmm.
It's good right now because I'm trying to sell my car.
All right.
Yeah,
So that's a
perfect.
good time. Perfect time.
Next up, we have cryptocurrency. So, Seb, what have you been doing with crypto?
So I actually have never done too much research into crypto. But
You're just
there
like
was-
me.
Yeah, so I was skeptical on it for the longest time because I didn't really understand how it worked.
Mhm.
Basically, it's it's just a weird thing for me.
Mhm.
But I felt it would be asinine for me to miss out on the potential in Ethereum, the potential in Bitcoin. So I did get in on Bitcoin at their last massive drop. What was that about?
A couple months ago.
Yeah, just a couple months ago. I think I bought in at around 32.
That's
And,
awesome. That's,
yeah, now
that's
it's
cheap.
sitting in at around 48.
Yeah.
Ethereum
Woo!
is
That's a big gain.
yeah. Ethereum I think is my better gain. I got in.
What percent are you up on that?
On Ethereum total? I am up 170%.
170?
Yeah, so I'm.
Oh my God.
I'm riding pretty good on Ethereum, and I feel like it's one of my more lucky things because that's one that I didn't do research in. I kind of just saw the potential in it. I see everyone talking about it.
Right.
So I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna buy in on the hype.
Mm-hmm.
And then as I did more research, I was really happy that I did buy in because, I mean, it's really gonna change.
It's
the
a
future.
powerful thing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's involved in a lot. It's starting to become more popular. There's more apps using it and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The NFT thing is still getting big.
Okay, yeah, that's a great question.
Yeah, the NFT market is something that I want to understand it.
Hey,
I really do. People
trust
are
me,
making
I don't
money
know
on
nothing about NFT. It makes no
Okay.
sense to me.
It's like, I don't know. In principle, it kind of sounds like stupid. It sounds like it doesn't make any sense why
It
you'd
sounds stupid.
why you'd pay money for a picture that you could just look up online.
That's exactly
But,
what
okay.
you see these videos of Kobe Bryant like in these special moments, and they're selling for like
Like $1 million.
it's absurd. You can literally look it up on YouTube.
know.
I know,
but you own it.
yeah. Well, I
It's-
mean,
I don't know. To me, it just doesn't make any sense. I've never gotten into it. I want to because I see that there's a lot of money to be made there,
Yeah.
but I just personally don't understand it
I think
whatsoever.
it doesn't make
It's like with this. Like, say, like TNT or broadcast a game.
Yeah.
Doesn't the NBA have like they
rights
have
over that?
Yes. Like, how can you just buy something like that?
Well, yeah, that's a good point.
Because like you haven't produced it or anything. It's
Mhm.
literally owned by the NBA. But how are you just gonna go online like, hey, let me take this gift?
Well,
for
do we
something?
know? Maybe the NBA is licensing it. Maybe they're giving the rights out for somebody to sell it. They have
Ah.
to be, right?
You know, I didn't think about that.
They would have to be.
I don't know.
We'll have to research.
yeah,
that-
I'm not sure. And then especially there's other NFTs too that they're literally just pixelated pictures of like cartoon characters
Yeah.
that are selling for a ridiculous amount of money.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't see the value in that, and I want to understand why other people do. I know it's like trading, and so what people are doing is they're buying it at a certain price,
Yeah.
hoping that somebody else will buy it for more
Right,
because that person wants to sell it for more.
right.
But at the end of the day, who finds value in this?
I know.
Like to want to store it and
Right.
collect this.
It's gambling.
It's almost like the
It's gambling.
it's almost the same thing as like a sketchy
It's
crypto.
gambling.
I guess it
It's
is gambling. It is.
It's
I
gambling.
bought a Giannis clip for $150, a Giannis NFT clip, but I think it's gone down. So
Oh man.
I just wanted to say,
Wait, really? Even after he won?
yeah,
That's funny.
I haven't. It's hard to sell. I think there's not a lot of buyers for it because it's not that popular yet. But
You should try and go in Greece. Go to Greece or Nigeria.
mm-hmm.
Try to sell it to somebody over there.
Yeah, but I think it'll make more sense in the future. We got to see, what happens with it.
I mean, like one thing that makes little sense to me with this, like how I said, at the end of the day, who finds value in this to like
Mhm.
want to collect these?
Right.
You see,
People collect dumb things sometimes.
yeah, and that's cool. But like one thing that I see right now is like the baseball card or like football cards, like
Yeah.
all these sports cards.
Mhm.
At the end of the day, somebody wants to own this.
Yeah.
Some billionaire wants to own their favorite player's rookie
Right.
card.
And that kind of
Niko too.
that kind of makes sense. I understand that.
Yeah.
If you love LeBron James, wouldn't you pay for a LeBron James NFT?
No.
I
But
wouldn't pay the ridiculous price that they're charging for it, but
Yeah.
Who would stand in line at 5:00 in the morning trying to get a Pokemon card?
oh,
It was-
no,
I didn't
Niko.
do that at 5 in the morning. It was 8 in the morning.
Hey,
And
respect
I made
Pokemon though. Respect Pokemon.
I made tons of money. Okay, I literally bought boxes of NBA cards when they were for what I buy them for. I bought $200 worth of NBA cards. I sold them for $500.
You were being a weirdo at that Target.
Well, I was making lots of money. So
You were being a weirdo at the Target.
how is
in
it being a
Maryville.
weirdo?
You're being a weirdo.
There's like 50 people there waiting with me.
All weirdos. All weirdos.
I don't care.
To be fair, they probably were all weirdos.
It was worth my time.
So you bought a LeBron James card, but you hate LeBron? That doesn't make no sense.
No,
How do you
not-
hate LeBron?
Who are you guys talking to?
I'm talking to you.
I never said I hated LeBron, and I never said I bought a LeBron card. I said I bought NBA cards.
You bought a Baron Davis card? A Baron Davis jersey would be nice.
No,
You don't even know who that is.
no, I don't.
Jesus Christ.
But the whole NFT thing of what creates value, and I don't really know.
Yeah, at the end of the day, I have no idea why.
Like the crypto kitties.
What?
The crypto that
What
was
is
the,
that?
That's
I have no idea what crypto
that's what you were
kitties are.
talking about. Those were the first NFTs. They
Oh,
were
the
cartoon
cartoons.
cats.
Okay,
yeah.
I had no idea they were called crypto kitties.
Yeah.
I don't even know
Never
what
heard
that
word
is.
in my life.
It's like the first. It was like a year ago. The first NFTs to come out were crypto kitties.
Which are super weird looking things, and
Yeah, it
They're
makes
being-
absolutely no sense why
No,
you want them.
they're being sold for a ridiculous amount. Hold on, let me pull up a picture of one.
The only way I've heard it explained is that makes sense to me is when when you're in a game,
What the fuck is this?
you
Bro,
can buy.
I mean,
Wait, hold on. Audience, can you see this? Let me.
What is it? Oh, Crypto Kitties. Yeah,
Is that it?
look at
that
this.
is that is it. Yes.
Oh, there you go.
I don't know if you
try
can
to
focus
Hold on. Will it focus?
It probably won't.
It won't
should.
focus.
But it's.
Wait, hold on.
Oh.
Take it to that camera. Other camera. There we go.
Yeah.
Absurd.
But
Who was
okay,
paying for this?
I know.
Why?
But the way I've heard it explained.
If you're a grown man, let me see. If you're a grown man buying that,
Seek employment.
that looks like something for like
Okay,
little girls.
But here's the thing. This is what makes sense. You know in games you can buy like map packs and like camos for your gun and stuff.
yeah, that's my God, I forgot the name of it. Yes.
When those type of things turn into NFTs, then it'll make sense. I think that's what they're going for. That's what it'll turn in. Or imagine if you bought
That's
the
so
new.
lame.
What if you bought the new NBA
2K.
2K, and to get LeBron, you had to buy him as an NFT.
I would do some things to 2K that are not legal.
See, but how can you regulate that? Like especially with the prices of
know.
NFTs right now. Like
You have to bring him down, or you print more.
Yeah,
you make LeBron. You make LeBron like $50 if you want to play with him.
I feel like that's so dangerous because I think the people who do that is like little kids, like teenagers, who's gonna take their little parents' credit card.
But
And
kids
spend
already
all of
do
that
that.
money.
Kids already do that. They
That's wrong. I feel like that's wrong.
Well, it's how games make money.
It's not right.
How is it not right?
See, but for a company, are you thinking, okay, I want to think about this kid's like family's morals,
Mm-hmm.
or is it I'm printing money because these kids are taking their parents' credit cards, and they're paying me money?
They're not, but I feel like they should.
It might be morally incorrect, but like to the company, they see profit.
Right.
A lot of times they don't care, and that's not saying that we support that.
Mm-hmm.
That's just saying that companies don't care because they're profiting regardless.
Yeah.
Can I get an ETF on what's it? NTF?
NFT.
NFT
You can all mix up ETF.
for Etsy or something? Can I get an NTF? Like, hey, I own that Etsy now. I own this little logo. Can I do that?
I don't know. Yeah, one day you probably can.
Yeah,
Oh.
owning logos and stuff. I'm sure that's going to be like a thing,
Yeah.
but
So I can just own the Chicago Bulls logo. That makes no sense. But while we're on the topic of ETS, Etsy, Niko, what is these words you're coming up with?
Okay. NFT. We have NFT. We have. You're talking about ETFs. That's like an index fund, pretty much.
What's Etsy?
Etsy.
Etsy is a company.
Etsy is a website.
Okay, well then break down the company.
It has
It's a
nothing-
it's a marketplace.
It has nothing to do with ETFs or NFTs. Okay, and it's just I just want to get your guys' opinion on if you think Etsy is something special. Will it stick around? Does it have any advantages to something like an eBay or an Amazon? And
So, for me personally, I know Etsy became huge during COVID. Nobody was
Mhm.
really going out, so they started their own little marketplace.
Mhm.
And a lot of people see that as starting their own business, and technically they're right. You are starting your own business when you
Mhm.
open up your own little marketplace on Etsy. The thing that I don't understand is because I don't use it, I don't know the differences between Etsy, between eBay,
okay,
between like Amazon as well, which is a little bit different, but
Mhm.
you could set up your own marketplace on Amazon. So I don't really know the differences, so I can't say what I think is going to be the future of it. But
okay. It seems like right now the thing that sets Etsy apart is that it's more homemade, custom things, like weird things that you can't get anywhere else. So like one of my friends, his mom makes wreaths and sells them on Etsy. Okay. Or like if you want, like I bought like a poster the other day on Etsy. It's just weird stuff that you can't find in normal places. Like Amazon's not going to have it.
So it's more for like a smaller type of.
It's like a niche market is the way to put it. Yeah.
Okay. Does his mom put it on Facebook too, or no?
I think so. Yeah. Yeah. On Facebook Marketplace. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
so
good-
another
let's say
thing that I
because-
see. Oh my
Real
bad.
quick, that was like the main thing I was gonna say. Like, what about Facebook Marketplace? I just feel like there's a lot of things they're competing with.
Mm-hmm.
So
I know
what were you gonna say though?
I was gonna say another thing that I see in Etsy all the time is it's a way for people to like kind of release their creativity and
Yeah.
creativity. My bad.
Yeah.
And then like
Words are hard,
profit
I
off
know.
of it.
Yeah.
But people like with Air Force Ones, they're a very popular shoe right now. And one thing you see is people buying them in bulk and then painting them to whatever the buyer wants them to be.
Oh, okay.
So they're custom colored shoes. And I don't know. I think it's definitely a good thing for people to release their creativity and be able
Yeah.
to profit off of it.
Yeah, because people they'll design like certain mugs or whatever they want to. They paint artwork or something and then they sell it on there. And you could also sell it on Etsy or Facebook or not Facebook or Amazon or eBay. but I think Etsy just has the image of the website where you get those type of things at.
Yeah, like
So-
it sounds useful, but I just feel like he was saying with Facebook Marketplace, I feel like it's another outlet for people to use. I don't need people that's gonna be like someone's main outlet to use, buy stuff, or even sell stuff off of. But I think it's cool. I think it's cool.
And
What's the ticker on it or whatever?
The ticker is Etsy.
Jesus Christ.
Keeping it
ETSY?
ETSY.
Yes, sir.
Is it Etsy or Etsy?
Etsy. And the stock's up 90.
It kind of sounds like Ezio, the French auditory from Assassin's Creed.
Sure. And the stock's up 99% on the year and 1,500% in the last 5 years.
Jesus.
So in 2017, the stock was $16. Now it's 217.
And the thing that you could see too is, like, during the lockdown, March 20th, 2020, the stock was sitting at $31.69.
Mm-hmm.
Ever since then, I mean, it peaked
It went all the way to 227.
a year
Or
later.
230.
Yeah, a year later after that. Let's see, March.
Just within a year.
Yeah, $215 a share,
Yeah.
which is crazy. But I think you see that massive growth because, like we previously stated, like lockdown happened, people started opening up their own shops. They're on it more. People are making more transactions.
Yeah. And the stock is now back up. So the question is kind of just, is this going to stick around? You know, do they have enough of an edge or an advantage to beat their competitors?
I think the way you described it, I like it a lot. Like, it's a niche marketplace and it's more personalized.
Mm-hmm.
So I think if they're kind of able to keep that, like, authenticity
Mm-hmm.
as a company, then I think so.
Right.
Yeah, I see a lot of potential in Etsy. Though it's kind of hard to determine what's a good buy-in.
I know. I was thinking the same thing because the PE ratio is 63. That's kind of high. And I mean, like, if you bought it like in the $160 range, I could understand that. That makes sense. But I would not buy it at today's prices. No, definitely not.
Okay, so wait for tomorrow.
If it drops like 20%, maybe.
No, maybe we have another lockdown or something. It goes down or something.
I don't know. If Niko tells us to buy it, we can't. But if you do, we have to.
Oh yeah.
That is true. I'm gonna have to do my research
Josh,
on it. And just wait
Josh,
for me
please
to
tell us what do you recommend? You're not a financial advisor, but if you were, what would you recommend?
I'll recommend selling everything. You see, I sold Rolls
Selling
Royce.
everything.
I'm thinking about selling American Airlines.
It's honestly not a bad idea. I don't disagree with that.
I'm thinking about selling everything because a lot of the stuff is green now. It's green all across
Right.
the board.
The Nasdaq's up like the past 2 years is just like.
Yeah, and it's got to go down soon. I
does.
don't know. I would
Yeah.
sell everything before Joe Biden starts checking in of your stuff. If you got
What?
$600 now,
Yeah.
you see that now or whatever.
See, but one
sell
thing-
everything. Just sell everything.
See, but one thing, the market right now is completely different than it has historically been.
Uh-huh.
Nowadays, you see 18-year-olds in high school
Right.
talking about trading. It's just
It's more of a mainstream thing than it was a
exactly.
couple
It's
years
become
ago.
so easy to start investing in
Yeah.
Robinhood, Webull, TD Ameritrade. They're all mobile apps now, and you see kids nowadays getting into it,
Yeah.
throwing their money into it. So, do we know if the market's gonna have a correction, or, I mean, we're in unprecedented times considering.
That is very true. That's a good point. The market, and especially like with the whole GameStop and the meme thing, the market might be
Hell with that
completely
company.
the market might be completely different from now on. Like it's not going to be some like ginormous change, but we could definitely have like an elevated market. Or like there was one thing I was reading where since you can borrow money and trade with it at a lower interest now, there's going to be more volatility because there's going to be more money being borrowed and sold and all that. So we could see some permanent changes. Yeah.
Yeah,
we
I
need like
think-
another spicy chicken sandwich debacle.
What are you talking
Oh,
about?
like Popeyes.
Yeah, so the stock can just boom out of nowhere. Invest like a minute right
Yeah.
before it. That's my plan.
Man. But yeah, no, I think that we do see a new market. I think everything is going to be completely different moving forward. And of course, you still want to do your due diligence on stuff, and you want to kind of be weary considering the entire market. Yeah, it might be inflated, but this also could be a new baseline for us.
Mm-hmm. And I also have another interesting graphic here. So on YardiniResearch.com, what it does is it breaks down the PE ratios for large stocks, mid-cap stocks, and small stocks, okay? And it tells you what they're historically valued at, okay, from 2000 to now. So large caps are at a 20, and that is very high. It's normally at about a 14 for large cap stocks. So large cap stocks will have to come down, okay? However, small cap stocks are at a 15, okay, and that is historically very low. They're normally at about an 18. So small caps can actually go up from here, and large caps should go down. That's what I see happening.
I'm praying for Amazon to drop down.
That's why I think Amazon can fall.
You think so? Why?
There's a lot of price targets in like the $4,500 range, and I kind of have a feeling it could go down to 3,000 though. It could definitely dip.
Some Jeff Bezos controversy would be nice. Would be nice for it to fall down.
Mm-hmm. But
kind of like how when Elon Musk directly tweeted, "I think Tesla price is too high."
Yeah. That killed the stock price that they.
But the crazy thing is though, is it killed it because of how the market is right now. It kills it for about an hour, and everyone just wants to run in and buy the dip.
Yeah, that's true.
Immediately.
When there's a lot of demand for a stock, even if it goes down big, it'll shoot up pretty quick. Yeah. But I've heard a lot of things recently about Elon Musk. He might not be the CEO anymore. A lot of people think he's in.
What?
This is just rumors. This is just speculation.
Okay, let me tell you this.
It kind of makes sense. It kind of makes sense.
This man is in love with Elon Musk. Let me tell you.
Okay, but one thing I do want to ask you is kind of like, how can't you be? Elon Musk is a modern day genius.
Praise the Lord.
He's completely revolutionizing.
All right, show's over.
Okay,
Man.
he doesn't like you anymore. Okay.
No, but
show's over.
I'm not gonna sit here and call myself an Elon Musk fanboy, but like I kind of am.
I am.
But like I also kind of am.
This is the conclusion of episode 19 of the Stock Talk podcast. But seriously, just let the people know why you love Elon Musk so much. I'm not saying that I don't dislike him, but Niko has a weird obsession. I'm guessing you got a weird obsession with him too.
All right, so
Megan too. She has a weird obsession with him too.
Yeah, Megan. Yeah.
So one reason that I love Elon Musk is you haven't seen anybody do the stuff that he's able to do.
Oh my God.
That's right.
Okay,
That's right.
Have you heard of his company Neuralink?
Neuralink. That sounds familiar, but no.
Okay, so Neuralink, what he's doing is it's a company that wants to cure paraplegics. So if you're born and you were never able to use your legs, what he's doing is trying to completely heal my bad. He's trying to completely heal that and be able to give you bodily function again. And I know it's in the early process, and who knows if it's ever going to happen.
And I think it works for multiple things. You can actually cure, like, if you're blind or deaf, you can actually fix other things, too, with the Neuralink.
So, of course, we're probably years away from anything coming of it. But the fact that there's progression towards that is insane.
Not to mention the flamethrowers, the underground tunnels, the self-driving cars, the spaceships, or not spaceships, the rocket ships.
Commercial space travel. I mean, he's in everything, and he does everything well.
Right.
Oh my God.
Let's hear what do you have against him?
I just don't understand the hype.
You think he's overrated?
I think he's overrated.
Okay.
I think he's a rich guy with a lot of time on his hands and a lot of money, so he can do whatever.
LeBron is overrated.
That's ridiculous.
Okay, that's fine. I don't care. Because you know why? He has 4 rings. How many do you have?
Okay,
how many rings does Elon Musk?
Michael Jordan has 6.
Okay, he played in an era with all plumbers.
No, he didn't. He played.
Oh my God! Stop that.
He played.
Okay.
Are you kidding me?
One thing I want.
This is not Sports Talk podcast. This is not Sports Talk podcast.
The players are way better. Charles Barkley, Karl Malone. What do you mean?
To say that the competition was drastically different is okay. You're being a little bit ridiculous. And okay,
I would like to see Michael Jordan go up against a 7-foot center who can score like a point guard.
But people who act like the difference is huge, you're ridiculous. It's very clearly like 1A and 1B. I think LeBron's better. What? I think LeBron faced better competition.
What?
LeBron is a better player, but to say that they're not close is ridiculous.
Oh my God.
But not a Sports Talk podcast.
Yeah, this is not ESPN.
Back to my Elon Musk take. I think he's a rich guy with a lot of time on his hands, so he does a lot of things.
So what's
he
wrong
does
with
a lot of shiny things. What impresses people.
Yeah, okay.
I don't have a problem with him.
But there's a lot of rich people.
I don't have a problem.
There's a lot of rich people who have a lot of time on their hands,
and they're not doing that.
They can't do that. What the stuff that he's able to do is insane.
You have to be able to think that way. You have to have a certain level of thinking, and you got to have the ambition to do it and the confidence to do it.
That man's revolutionizing the world, and if you hate him, I don't know. I mean, I don't know why.
What's his son name again? XYZ?
Something like that.
To the MOB?
It's like X Alpha 3E or something.
Something Ash. I know Ash is in
there.
there.
Ash.
That's very inspirational. That
It
dumbass
is.
name.
Okay, there you go.
Very
Kind of
dumb.
do feel bad for this kid.
Changing the name, the way we name babies.
Oh my gosh. But Niko, you got anything else to add to this conversation? Seb, got anything else?
I do not believe so. But watch my videos on Stock Talk with Niko Kritikos.
Whatever. But Seb, I want to say thank you for all of the. We got to think of a name for our fans. The Stockies,
No.
the Stocks, something. We got to think of a name for them. Ryan Fisher, we need a name for you and your plan. We need something.
No, thank you guys for having me. I really enjoyed my time here.
It was our pleasure.
It was my pleasure. It wasn't his pleasure. It was my pleasure. It was my pleasure and the fans' pleasure. I don't know what Niko's saying.
Okay.
So.
All right.
To many more Green Days.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And,
I kind of like that. We should put that as our motto.
I want
need to-
royalties.
To many more Green Days.
to many more Green Days. Is it supposed to be nice this weekend?
It is, yeah.
To many more Green Days.
That's not, well,
Well,
I don't know if you know what we're talking about. How did you interpret that?
I don't know.
Okay, Green Days?
Oh, I know because of stocks now. I get it.
yeah, stock screen
You
profit.
think we were talking about the weather?
You know what? I took it as like a double entendre because I'm smart like that. You know,
You interpreted two different ways. Okay.
you know, it's something me and only Elon Musk could think
Oh,
of.
okay.
You don't
Oh,
know.
I'm
It.
sure. Yeah,
You don't
yeah.
know it.
Okay.
But once again, this concludes episode 19
19, that's right.
of the Stock Talk podcast. We are almost up to episode 20. I think we're gonna do something special. We don't know. It might just be us. It might be something special. Something special.
What's
to
that rocket ship they sent off in space called, like the lunar?
The Challenger?
We can call we can call this episode the Luna Eclipse.
I like that, the
Okay.
lunar eclipse. But we didn't talk about space that much. Let's talk about space now. I love space.
Okay.
Buzz Lightyear, I
Space
love
is
him.
awesome.
Space is
Yeah.
amazing.
You know who
Elon
else
Musk.
thinks space is awesome? Elon
Elon
Musk.
Musk.
Elon Musk, the greatest person ever. He's amazing.
I think Elon Musk might body LeBron James in a basketball court.
I think so too because I love Elon Musk so much. I love him so much. But once again, my name is Josh Beauduy, and to my guest, Seb Luna, and my co-host, Niko Kritikos, y'all have a good one. Bye-bye.